Hi everyone. So I've had some requests to demonstrate some simple bread shapes like buns and rolls, and so I thought I would do that today. I've made a batch of the Japanese milk bread, and if you are dealing with the recipe that I gave you, generally speaking, when I make hamburger buns, I divide the dough in 6. So one batch of dough makes 8 dinner rolls, 6 regular-sized hamburger buns, and regular-sized sausage rolls. And if you happen to have like mega sausages or whatever, that may be a foot long, you may even want to cut that down to separating your dough into 4. What I usually do is I measure my sausages before I roll out the dough, just so that I have an idea of how long I want the bun. Today's sausages are only about 5 inches. So I'm going to roll out probably a 6 or a 7-inch bun. Now, when we're rolling out for like a hot dog bun or a sausage roll, what we want to do is roll our dough into a rectangle shape. So I've got my little inches up here so that I can measure, and I kind of tack the edges just so that when I'm rolling it out, it kind of stays in that rectangle shape. And I'm going to use a rolling pin and just roll out to the appropriate length. And again, we want that rectangle shape. So if things start to go a little bit wonky on you, and we want it to be as even as possible. It's not the end of the world if you have a little bit too much dough in the front or in the back. What will happen though is when you roll your sausage bun, and it, especially once it starts rising and baking, it's not going to be even, which is not the end of the world. But if you're looking for a really pretty bun, you want to keep your dough relatively even all the way around. And that's it. And so I'm looking for the length, not necessarily the width. So I'm going to want, for a 5-inch sausage, I'm going to want a good 6 to 8 inches. And 8 inches is where we're at right here. So once you have that rolled out into your rectangle, then all you're going to do is roll it into your shape. Just like that. And once you get it rolled, we're going to press down a little bit to make sure that the seam, now you can already tell it's not even. It's really hard to get it even, but it's not a big deal because I can manipulate it a little bit more once it's rolled. I just want to make sure that the seam on the bottom is really attached, because we don't want this to unravel when it's in the process of rising. So that, my friends, is how you make a hot dog bun or a sausage roll with your bread. Now, to make a hamburger bun, that, my friends, is the easiest thing in the world. So you take your dough, and I've already done this, but let's say your dough looks like this when you kind of portion it out. So all you want to do is tuck the ends under like so, and you're going to shape it exactly like a roll. So you're going to take it, put the palm of your hand on top, and make that cage shape with your hand. And you're going to want to do this on either granite or a silicone mat. Wood will work too, and you don't want to put any flour down, because if you put flour down, your roll is going to just kind of sweep around. So you want some of that tension, and you're just going to do this circular motion with that kind of cage shape with your hand, and it's rolling up against the palm. And you do this until when you flip it over, it kind of looks like that. That's okay. I could roll a little bit more and try to tighten that up, that seam on the bottom up a little bit. And as you can tell, it tightened up a bit more. So it really depends on how tight you want that seam. This isn't going to unravel though, so I can stop at any time. And then you are going to just put the seam down And that's it. That is hamburger and hot dog buns. So when you bake, you put them on your probably a cookie sheet with parchment paper underneath. Brush the top again with whatever you want to brush it with, whether that's oil, butter, milk, whatnot. Sprinkle whatever kind of seeds. You may want everything bagel, poppy seeds, sesame seeds, whatnot. And you bake. Probably I would start, again, it depends on the size you're looking at. I would definitely start with 20 minutes and then check and see if they're done. And that is how you make sausage and hamburger buns.